Happy holidays, everyone, and thanks for tuning into the Medium by Design. So it's been a little bit of a whirlwind this year, as I definitely had a health concern, open heart surgery, and having to deal with the aftermath of that and a couple of more emergency room situations, and then hospital bills up to the heavens. So, many of us talk about living in 5D. Well, when you have a physical thing going on, you are dragged back down into 3D and still have to get through that experience, which is what I'm doing presently. And that's why you haven't seen me for a while. But today's inspiration came from Florence Henderson. I actually met her years ago when I was singing for the Fort Lauderdale Men's Chorus, and I met her in a very unlikely place. It was at a chiropractor's office. And I sat down next to her and I said to her, "Did anyone ever tell you you look like Florence Henderson?" And she said to me, "I am Florence Henderson." I said, "Oh, isn't that nice?" And we wound up hitting it off, and I would see her there and we would chat. And she was good friends with the chiropractor too. And so she did yoga classes with him and did things with him. And she gave me her agent's card. Now this is going to seem, it's going to be backwards because of the camera, but you're not going to see that exactly. And now it's not even focusing. Very Mercury retrograde. So anyway, she gave me her card. She offered to sing with me. It was a really beautiful gesture, and I just never forgot her. We had some really deep conversations about life and the things we have to go through, and that was at a time when I wasn't going through anything like I am now. So for some reason she came up, and if you notice in the camera lens, you see that stream of light. I left that in there. I did not change the lighting because I thought that looks like a spirit intervention to me. So here's what Florence had to say to all of us, and it's so moving and so much about life and love that I thought this was a nice way to kind of close out 2023, actually. It was sudden, my passing, but I did have a chance to say a few things to those I loved. I don't want anyone to think for a minute I had regrets, was sorry about anything. I truly learned to live life as full as I could. I continue to use my talents as often and wherever anyone would have me. I am truly grateful. I'm even grateful to Jesse, that's the chiropractor. I learned a lot, shared powerful experiences, and kept myself in the best shape I could for as long as possible. Yoga was a love of my life. I cannot tell you the multiple levels yoga penetrated deeply. I kept not only my physical but mental and emotional sides in check. My life was not without emotional strife or anguish. I had losses and watched people die. There were definitely lows that I had to experience and go through. But there were amazing highs that I wouldn't trade for the world. The people I met, the people I worked with, the love that was shared, all of it was a continuous stream of excitement, beauty, and gratitude. You will do well too. Now that you are realizing all talents we bring hold power, change lives, uplift spirits, and help people in whatever ways are possible, there is no way but up to success. The more you give, the more you get. The giving comes from yourself. Bring it on is more than a catchphrase. It's a call to action to share. Never be ashamed of what you hold. Each of us holds something beautiful, sacred, and that can be shared to do good. Doing good is not some Pollyanna way of living. It is powerful. It can heal. It can make the world a better place for everyone. This is true power. This is what more of us need to realize. By holding back, we stifle, snuff out, and even destroy creative inspiration, and sometimes that inspired moment does not come back. Living in the moment, grabbing every opportunity, takes diligence and a way of thinking about the love the universe provides continuously for each of us. We need to strive to receive that love and allow it to carry us to new experiences, trusting that all is working in our favor, and knowing this truth also takes a little practice. I would tell the world there are no privileges. The difference among people can be measured in love. Love is powerful, conquers, triumphs, lifts our hearts, opens our hearts. These are not sugary cliches. This truly is how it works. Of course, forcing life to go in a direction is another way to make it happen, but that is all ego-driven. Controlling something is a way of our ego to alleviate its deepest insecurities and pain. Surrendering, letting go, is a way for our small selves of connecting to the big, omnipresent God self. Once this is completely accepted and understood, life takes on a whole new meaning, and we live in a completely different way. We see the world and everyone in it differently, as a piece to the bigger plan. We observe more instead of fighting and rejecting. By rejecting, we basically say to God, "You don't know what you're doing, leave me alone." The one thing about our universe that is true for everyone, we are not alone. And I can tell you that firsthand. If people only knew what they don't know, what they do not see, this world would change for the better overnight. Changes in those areas that never seem to settle down and experience peace. Peace, too, is for everyone, if they want it. Remember, free will is real, too, but can have some people run amok, and they're small-minded ideas that actually do harm rather than lift up. You will do well to understand as much as you can. Everything will help you bring it on, bring more so you can experience more. I took a break at this time. I had a distraction, then I came back. She said, "It's okay, I'll be around, I'm not going anywhere," and she's laughing. Or you could say, "I'm everywhere." It is so natural for us to want to expand, create more, be more, experience more, but the roads to that end are many and can create different scenarios that affect people differently. Destruction forces people to make a decision. Sometimes drastic steps are taken to keep the peace. There is no right answer for everyone, simply because of free will and where each are on their own path of understanding. Today, as our country moves forward, some in confidence, some in fear, people can remember all is moving in a direction to help and assist to know more, be more, share more. Even in strife, there is understanding, bringing more, growing, expanding, and being more. I would say go and be more. Live more, share more with love, unending. Let love carry you to more. Enjoy the ride, all of it, sincerely, with all the love of the universe backing me up. Florence Flo Henderson. Well, I will tell you that what you saw of her on TV is exactly what I saw in person. A lot of you that watch me know that I do cry a lot, but since the heart surgery, the crying seems to be for different reasons. And there's not much I can do about it. I just let the waves go through. But a lot of it is because the love, even though my body was assaulted. That's how I see open heart surgery. It's an assault, and it can put you in a shock for months, possibly somebody just told me a year and a half. The underlying thing that I'm going through is feeling more. Now, you would think those who know me could say, how could you possibly feel any more? But it's feeling like she says, you look at everything and everyone differently, right? Your empathy grows, your compassion, your understanding for everybody's individual circumstances. So, kudos to Florence Henderson for being that bright light everywhere she went, because she truly was an incredible human being. I was honored to sit with her in a chiropractor's office. And if you saw his office, he was so funny. This is in Fort Lauderdale, Florida. He didn't even have rooms. It was one big room. It was funny, and he was like the absent-minded professor. There were books and piles on shelves and just total disarray. And we're all sitting in the front where you first walk in the room, and he's working on people right in front of everybody. It was just a bizarre scene, but he was an excellent chiropractor and an excellent person. And me and Florence got to sit there and kibitz about life. And now she gives me this beautiful message. I have another one that I may do right after this, and it's also about love. So many blessings to everyone. Thanks for sticking around. Thanks for staying subscribed, even though I've taken a couple of months off. 2023 was full of a lot of surprises and near-death experience and a lot of other things. But the one thing that I noticed that really stands out, and I can end the year in a huge wave of gratitude, is that the people that truly love, that truly carry love, were all around me, including my parents. They were all around me through the hospital stay, the aftermath, and even through the rest of this year. I've always had loving people around me. And that means a lot. And people standing by me through doctor's visits also. So that means a lot. When you live alone, you're on your own. It's very important to have people who care and who know how to care around. And I'm very grateful for that. And then also I saw some people move to the background, people that I also loved, and I saw them just fade out, just like I talked about through the whole COVID transition. A lot of people fading in the background, and that happened again this year. So it's very interesting to watch. It's like a chessboard where everybody's being maneuvered, right? And I just keep wondering, well, where am I getting maneuvered? Where am I going? Because I still, I always talk about living in the uncertainty and how much I can't stand that. This year took it to a whole new level. Uncertainty whether I was going to have to run to the hospital again. So as you celebrate the holidays together with people that you love and that love you, remember what really matters is that love frequency never dies. As we see in my work, you can view my YouTube channel. There are plenty of people on there to feel their frequency. They all have their own frequency. Love is common, of course, among many of my writings. But that love frequency is important to experience while you're living with everyone around you. And if you just focus what can happen between us with every person that you meet, you will see the love keep expanding exponentially, because that's what you're asking for. And you don't have to play games with the bullshit energies that are being thrown around by other people. If you don't like it, walk out. If you don't like it, block it, and then go to those people like I have had all year, those people that truly know how to love. And we laughed a lot, we joked a lot. I cried a lot, of course. But that's what we'll remember for the rest of this year, is sharing love with everyone we are with. So with that, blessings to everyone, and I really look forward to a much smoother, uplifting 2024. Stay tuned, because there is more. As long as I'm breathing, I will have more to share. Thanks so much for watching.